Have you ever wanted to travel through time? What would you do if you found a real time machine? Would you visit the past, or would you travel to the future? Today, Momo the monkey and DeeDee the duckling are about to discover something amazing, something mysterious, something that will take them on the biggest adventure of their lives. Let's begin. One sunny morning, Momo the monkey and DeeDee the duckling were walking through the forest. The sky was bright blue, the birds were singing sweet songs, a gentle wind moved the leaves on the trees. It was a beautiful day. Momo carried a basket full of bananas. DeeDee carried a small bag of fresh berries. "I'm hungry," said Momo. DeeDee laughed. "You are always hungry," Momo smiled. "That is true." The two friends continued walking down a narrow forest path. They talked about games. They talked about food. They talked about what they wanted to do that day. Suddenly, DeeDee stopped walking. "Wait," she said. Momo nearly bumped into her. "What happened?" DeeDee pointed behind a large tree. "Look over there." Momo looked carefully. Behind the tree stood a strange metal box. It was shiny silver. It was covered with colorful buttons. A small screen glowed on the front, and on the side was a large red lever. Momo blinked. "What is that?" "I don't know," said DeeDee. The two friends slowly walked closer. The machine made a soft sound. Beep, beep, beep. Momo scratched his head. "I've never seen anything like it." "Me neither," said DeeDee. Momo carefully touched the machine. It felt cold, very cold. Suddenly, flash! The screen lit up. "Ah!" shouted Momo. "Ah!" shouted DeeDee. They jumped backward. The screen filled with moving words. The letters raced across the screen. Up, down, left, right. Everywhere. "I can't read that," said Momo. "Neither can I," said DeeDee. Then the words suddenly stopped moving. A message appeared. "Welcome, travelers." Momo stared. DeeDee stared. "Travelers?" asked Momo. "Maybe it means us," said DeeDee. The screen changed again. "Do you want an adventure?" "Yes." "No." Momo's eyes grew wide. "Yes." DeeDee quickly covered his mouth. "Momo." "What?" "We don't even know what this machine is." Momo thought for a moment. "Oh, you are right." The screen waited patiently. "Do you want an adventure?" "Yes." No. Momo looked at DeeDee. DeeDee looked at Momo. They looked at the screen again. Nobody moved. Finally, Momo whispered, "Maybe just a little adventure." DeeDee laughed. "There is no such thing as a little adventure with you." Momo grinned. "Good point." Suddenly, the machine flashed again. Flash! A new message appeared. "Warning! Time machine ready." The forest became silent. Momo froze. DeeDee froze. "Did it say time machine?" whispered Momo. "I think it did," whispered DeeDee. "A real time machine?" "I think so." Momo's mouth fell open. "Wait!" DeeDee's eyes became huge. "Wait!" The machine beeped again. "Time machine ready. Select destination." A strange map appeared on the screen. But it was not a normal map. Instead of cities, it showed years. 100 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 1,000 years in the future, 5,000 years in the future. Momo could hardly believe what he was seeing. "DeeDee?" "Yes?" "I think this machine is real." "I think so too." DeeDee carefully walked around the machine. She looked at every button, every light, every corner. Then she noticed something. "Look." "What is it?" "There is a note attached to the side." Momo picked up the note and began reading. "Dear Finder, this time machine is safe. Mostly safe. Probably safe. Good luck." Momo stopped reading. The friends looked at each other. "Mostly safe?" asked DeeDee. "Probably safe?" asked Momo. Neither of them felt very comfortable. Then, beep! The machine became louder. The red lever started shaking. The lights flashed red, blue, green, and yellow. "Momo," said DeeDee nervously. "Yes?" "I don't think the machine wants to wait." "I don't think so either." The screen suddenly changed. Adventure, starting in 10. "Oh no." 9. "Oh no. Oh no." 8. "What do we do?" 7. I don't know. 6. Press something. 5. You press something. 4. No, you press something. 3. The machine shook harder. 2. Momo grabbed DeeDee's wing. 1. The lights became brighter. Brighter, brighter, brighter. Whoosh! A giant swirl of blue light appeared around them. The trees disappeared. The sky disappeared. The forest disappeared. Everything spun around and around. Eh! Shouted Momo. Eh! Shouted DeeDee. The machine roared like thunder. A tunnel of sparkling colors opened before them. Past, future, past, future, past, future. The friends rushed through the tunnel. They did not know where they were going. They did not know when they were going, but they knew one thing. Their greatest adventure had just begun. When we last saw Momo and DeeDee, they had found a mysterious time machine in the forest. The machine had pulled them into a tunnel of swirling colors. But where were they going? And when were they going? Let's find out. Momo squeezed his eyes shut. The colorful tunnel spun faster and faster. Ah! He shouted. Ah! Shouted DeeDee. Then suddenly, thump! The spinning stopped. Everything became quiet. Very quiet. Momo slowly opened one eye, then the other. Are we alive? He asked. I think so, said DeeDee. Momo looked around. This doesn't look like our forest. It definitely did not. The trees were much taller. The plants were much bigger. Huge ferns covered the ground. Strange flowers grew everywhere. The air felt warm and heavy. DeeDee looked around nervously. Where are we? Before Momo could answer, a strange sound came from behind them. Crunch, crunch, crunch. The friends froze. Did you hear that? Whispered DeeDee. Momo nodded. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Something was moving through the bushes. Something big, very big. The bushes shook. The trees shook. Even the ground shook. Boom, boom, boom. Momo gulped. Maybe it's just a rabbit. DeeDee stared at him. A rabbit? A very large rabbit? The bushes suddenly exploded apart. Swoosh! A giant creature stepped out. It had a long neck, a long tail, and enormous feet. Momo and DeeDee screamed. Ah! The creature blinked. Then it looked down at them. Then it smiled. Hello. Momo stopped screaming. Wait. DeeDee stopped screaming. Wait! The giant creature tilted its head. Why are you screaming? Momo blinked. You can talk? Of course, said the creature. DeeDee blinked too. You are a dinosaur. The dinosaur smiled proudly. That is correct. Momo's jaw dropped. We traveled to the time of dinosaurs. The dinosaur nodded. Welcome to Dinosaur Valley. Momo and DeeDee looked around in amazement. There were dinosaurs everywhere. Big dinosaurs, small dinosaurs, baby dinosaurs playing in the grass. Wow, said Momo. This is incredible, said DeeDee. Suddenly, the time machine began to beep. Beep, beep, beep. Oh no, said Momo. The machine is calling us back. The machine's door opened. A bright blue light appeared. Time to go home, shouted DeeDee. The two friends quickly jumped inside. Whoosh! The machine spun through time, past, future, then thump! They landed back in their forest. Everything was quiet again. Momo smiled. That was the best adventure ever. DeeDee laughed. And next time, let's read the instructions first. The friends laughed together and walked home. But behind them, the time machine quietly blinked. Beep, beep, beep. Maybe another adventure was waiting.